Yo guys, what's going on? Acez is here today with another video. In today's video, we are finally talking about no prestige mode coming to PvE, at least for now. And I think this is a huge issue and a huge problem, and we're going to talk about why it makes absolutely zero sense not adding prestige to PvE. Now, real quick, the gameplay in the background is from the Zombies event, and the reason for this is because I just cleaned all the footage off of my hard drive to make space for more footage, and I haven't played Tarkov since doing that. And, some of these more unique experiences, the zombie event, a couple other things, I keep saved in a separate folder that's not my main footage folder. So you either were going to get zombies, me being a rat on PvP this wipe with just a pistol, or some snow raids. I figured zombies would be more entertaining for the people who actually watch what's in the background of these videos where I'm talking about some of this stuff. So enjoy, and if you didn't know zombies was ever a thing, here's your first look at it. So, prestiging in PvE makes absolutely zero sense why Nikita will not add it. And this has been confirmed that it is not currently coming to PvE by Nikita himself in the latest Tarkov TV podcast. So here is the main issue right now with me personally as a PvE main, why I just don't understand the logic here. And this is going to wrap back to a video we made like less than 2 weeks ago, but about 2 weeks ago. In the 1.0 release that's happening at the end of the year, probably in December, maybe a little sooner, but probably December, the 1.0 update, the full release of Escape from Tarkov, players that currently have a PvE account will not get 1.0 content unless they wipe their PvE account. Now, this has created a whole slew of other issues because of this. This is going to create people, creating new accounts, giving gear to their buddies to drop to them once they do wipe their account, which is technically a real money trading scenario where your account could get banned, and then if they start banning PvE accounts for this, it's going to be a whole nother mess. It's creating a situation where players are just not going to play Tarkov until the 1.0 content is unlocked, whether it's behind a time gate or not. They're just not going to play until they get it. There are so many other side paths this road has split off into because of this alleged forced wipe if you want the content. If you don't want the content, you don't have to wipe. Don't worry. But if you want to experience Endgame 1.0 content, you have to wipe. And apparently the reason for this is because they don't want the 1.0 content to come out and everybody on PvE who is already at Endgame, they would get it immediately after the patch drops, and it would spoil it for all the PvP players. Now, we know that the PvP players are going to get it within a week. So Nikita said nothing about time gating it. He just said you won't get it on PvE, and that's as simple as it is. There's a whole bunch of other ways to fix all of that. And yes, this is still a video about prestiging. We'll get there. Nikita could easily say, hey, you'll get this content in 2 weeks. No need to wipe your account. There will be a separate patch for PvE in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, or when the first player gets to the end game and shows it on stream or makes a YouTube video about it, right? That has not been said. So that's currently not an option. So let's wrap back. Tell me why, Nikita. And Nikita, you know I love you. You know I love Tarkov, and you know I love PvE Tarkov. And I'll still support you, but this one just isn't making sense to me. Explain to me why we have to wipe our PvE account when we could just prestige our PvE account. Why do we have to wipe everything when we could essentially do the same exact thing in the form of a prestige and have a couple things for doing all the work that we've done? It does not make sense to me. Yes, you keep your achievements. I don't care about that. I want to be able to bring, 21 slots, 28 slots, something like that. I want to be able to bring some Bitcoins, maybe some meds and something over and get a little head start for myself for the, 1,000+ hours that a lot of us have put into PvE. It's probably a lot more for a lot of us, to be honest. But, there's a good amount of people who just play it casually, and I've probably still logged a, 1,000 hours, 500 hours plus. A lot of us have put a lot of time into PvE, and if you're not going to give us this 1.0 content, and you're going to make us wipe our account when you originally said the main selling point of PvE was you will never have to wipe your account. And yes, I have been saying for months, I've been speculating that we would have to wipe in the release of Tarkov 1.0 release. I've been speculating that for a long time. Here we are. So tell me why we can't just prestige. It would fix all of the wipe issue problems. You can give us a different set of rewards for PvE only. I don't even care if you make them way shittier. Like, don't get me wrong, the Cyber Tark background is fucking sick. You don't have to give that to me. I just want to be able to prestige on my main account so I can get back to the grind. Because right now, to be honest with you, I am not incentivized whatsoever to play Escape from Tarkov on my main account. You know, if I'm going to have to wipe in December, no point in playing until then. If I can prestige now or in December, then I'll keep playing now. You know, I'll just keep playing, whether that is, you know, I think there's a couple skills that transfer a small percentage or something, whether that's farming those skills or, you know, whatever, man. You guys understand what I'm trying to say. If I could prestige and still get 1.0 content, that's amazing. I would do that in a heartbeat. Am I going to waste thousands of hours of playtime on my main account and wipe? Like, I don't know, man. It's just not making sense to me. And, you know, I will say, recently it has felt like BSG and Nikita have been doing a really good job at listening to the community, especially with that, like, new community hub thing that they've been using a lot. But this one just feels like a complete fuck you to the players. That's what it feels like. It really feels like a complete misstep and a complete oversight. You know, I get you need to incentivize people to play PvP. I completely understand that. And this is going to be a quick self-promo section, so feel free to skip ahead. But I played Arc Raiders a week ago, and holy fuck, am I obsessed with that game. I'm never going to play PvP Tarkov again, because anytime I get the PvP itch, I'm going to go play Arc Raiders once that bitch comes out. I rebranded my entire Call of Duty channel, the Acez Gaming channel, which is now just called Acez, and it is a Arc Raiders channel now. So if you want Arc Raiders content, go over to the Acez channel. That's what's being uploaded there now. No more Call of Duty. I've officially retired from that toxic mess that Activision puts out every year. Back to the video. So, you know, I completely think BSG has fumbled the bag on this, but they have been better lately at listening to the community. So, as somebody who has a small voice in the Tarkov community and a little bit bigger of a voice in the PvE Tarkov community, I feel I should come on here and at least give it my 2 cents. I did it 4 or 5 times with the players needing online raids again, you know, get them off of the local raids. I'm not going to say I'm the pure reason that that change was made and we got that finally in PvE, but I would like to think that I am largely a factor in it. Whether that's a 10% contribution, a 20% contribution, a 50% contribution, or if it was just simply Pestilli talking to Nikita directly and saying, hey, can we get players on BSG servers again because they can't play the fucking game on local? And then he was like, I'll have to look into that. I haven't heard anything about that. It's like, really? So, you know, this is not me sitting here just hating on BSG. This is just me making an observation that if you add a feature that's currently in PvP to PvE, you could essentially take away all the negativity and negative press you're receiving about forcing players to wipe if they want 1.0 content. Make them prestige. We already want prestige. That way, any player that prestiges isn't going to ruin or spoil your 1.0 content. You understand what I'm saying? Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So, that's that. I know the content's been spotty here, ladies and gentlemen, but I will say Arc Raiders releasing soon. I'm going to be grinding that and making so much content over the Acez channel. As for Tarky, you know, right now, I haven't even played the new patch, to be completely honest with you. I've just been taking a break from it, man. I do miss making the content, though, and I have really heavily been considering, you know, getting back on the hardcore account and grinding out some Acez TV content. I know we got a million channels. Deal with it. I love you. But yeah, that's, in all seriousness, my take on the Prestige debacle right now. Makes no sense. And I don't care if there's some sort of logistical reason that it can't be added to PvE. Figure it out. You know, 99% of things have already been added to PvE. What don't we have? Twitch drops in general, free gifts and ref, and we already know Ref is confirmed, and it seems like they have actually made some headway with that. So if they can make headway with Ref, they can probably make headway with getting our account, our free gift, and you know, Twitch drops in the future if they care enough. So that's my take on it, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I just want to say thank you guys for all the support. Whether you're brand new or have been here for years, I appreciate you guys a ton. And I'm definitely excited to see what Tarkov does, you know, turn into over the next couple of years. You know, this 1.0 release is going to be a pretty big deal for them. And I'm definitely excited to see some of this 1.0 content. I'm hoping we get, you know, the Black Division. I believe that's what it's called, right? Black Division stuff. You know, there's a whole lot that we haven't got yet for Tarkov, and I'm pretty damn excited for it. And hopefully you guys are too. Do me a huge favor. Make sure you're dropping a like on this one. Make sure you're subscribing to this channel, man. Once again, thank you guys for 30,000. Just reminiscing lately. 30,000 is a shit ton of people, so thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.